How's it going, footballeros? Back again with another video, and today it is another match review video. And I already discussed about the league, La Liga, and of course the Bundesliga. We're gonna talk about the two leagues again, and this time it will be the Premier League, the London Derby. We're gonna have to talk about that one, and of course the Serie A is back. At last, finally, the Italian Serie A is finally here. So, with that being said, let's do this. Come on! Let's begin with the London Derby in Sunday. And my God, did Chelsea really humiliate Arsenal so badly at home, away from home at the Emirates? And this is a statement of intent for Chelsea and the rest of the league, and pretty much Arsenal are buried. They are absolutely buried from the opening game against Brentford and now getting bullied by their London rivals. And Chelsea, they are getting better in that game. And of course, with the signing of Romelu Lukaku, he did deliver on the 15th minute, where Reece James creates an assist where he passes to a low ball and into the middle, where Romelu finishes with a great goal from 6 yards, giving first blood to Chelsea. And then Reece James came in with his goal thanks to the assist from the youngster Mason Mount on the 35th, where he picks up to James in acres of spaces, where James one touch then hammers it in pass to Bernd Leno to the top left corner, giving Chelsea 2-0. And Arsenal, they couldn't do anything about it, and it is quite distracting, and it is very, very dreadful for Arsenal and Arteta's men. And Arteta, is his job gonna be on the line this time around with the defeat against their biggest rivals? And I have something a lot to say from Arteta and the guys, that they have become incompetent, they have become complacent, and they don't know what to do against a game, a match-winning situation like this. And in a derby, you are going to get humiliated further, and Chelsea have proven it very well that they are the better London team than Arsenal. And Arsenal, their season is going to end up in relegation, or maybe it's going to have a lot of losses coming in for Arsenal. And sadly to me, London is now blue, and without the red side of North London, it's gonna be difficult. And I do think that Spurs are pretty much the better London team, along with Chelsea. Arsenal is nowhere near as great as they were back then during the invincible years, during the Wenger years. And it's sad. It is really sad for Arsenal, and I'm so sad for all of my friends who are Arsenal fans here in the Philippines, and also everyone who supports the club. And to me, I'm not a Chelsea fan, I'm not a Man United fan, or a Liverpool fan, or a Man City fan. I'm staying as a neutral fan for football. I don't support any of the Premier League teams because I used to be a Man United fan, and it's really hard to choose any Premier League teams that I would support, but I have to stick true to myself and with my gut, actually. And credit for Thomas Tuchel for bringing magic, for bringing Romelu in the game and bringing Romelu in the club. He was a beast. He's a beast, that is Romelu. And Tuchel, great manager. And the run from Chelsea's higher ups, they were getting better than the one what Arsenal are doing, and they're pretty much the pinnacle of how to run a club. And Arsenal, they are pretty much gonna held a lot accountability for this season. And Chelsea, fair play to them, they did play really well this season, and we're going to see a lot of good performances from Chelsea, because they're going to face Liverpool next game, and it will going to repeat anything. But Liverpool are also getting better also in that campaign on match day 2, and we're going to see some action between red versus blue. So a lot more things coming in the Premier League. And also, Manchester United just drew level with Southampton. Yes, Serie A. Italian football is back at last. And what way to start on with the Serie A is, of course, with the old lady and the other black and white side from Udine. It's Juventus versus Udinese at the Friuli. And Juventus with their horrible, shambolic third shirt that Adidas have just created. And I feel so sorry for Juventus for designing this shirt. I don't understand what design is. It's kind of like a volleyball like shirt. I was gonna do a review, jersey review of every teams, but well, let's stick with the match itself. Juventus were getting better in the first half. In the third minute, where Paulo Dybala just scored a goal, thanks to the assist of Rodri, where Rodri tees up inside the area to Dybala, and Dybala sweeps the ball in close range to giving 1-0 for Juve. And then on the 23rd minute, Juan Cuadrado came in, stepped up, thanks to the assist of Paulo Dybala, where Dybala shimmy passed to the player and then giving to Cuadrado, where Cuadrado just fires into the bottom left corner, giving Juventus 2-0. But in the second half, we thought Juventus were going to go through all the win in the opening game, but no. It was Udinese had delivered the consolation and the deficit to drew level with Juve. On the 51 minute, a foul occurred from Juventus where Rodrigo Pereira stepped up and he is facing against his old team, and he scored a penalty goal on the 51st minute, giving a consolation goal for Udinese. And then on the 83rd minute, former Barcelona player and Watford Everton player Gerard Deulofeu scored in the 83rd minute thanks to this from Okaka, where Okaka passes to Deulofeu and Deulofeu turns the ball and into the net from 10 yards out. 2-2 for Udinese. And of course, the infamous moment that happened in that game where Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to break the deadlock. He scored a header, 3-2. However, he went full Arrogantaldo this time around, to show off his abs, and then the referee decided to disallow the goal due to offside, and of course book Ronaldo with the yellow. And honestly though, Allegri's decision to have Ronaldo have him bench in that game was quite different, not difficult but different from his liking. And Juventus they are likely going to go back from here because they were almost going to win this game, even though thanks to arrogance of Ronaldo, he just tries to make himself look good, but instead it wasn't a 3-2, it was a 2-2 draw. And given the fact that Udinese do also play well in that game, the players are pretty much alright for Udinese, and so is Juventus. They did play absolutely well. Even Chesney just got a wonderful game, and despite all the goals from Udinese that delivered, and I think both teams do well in that game. So will we see another good win for Juventus, or is this going to be a disaster class once again on the next game? Meanwhile, for Milan, the Milan sides, Inter just beat Genoa 4-0 from the debut goal from Dzeko, Çalhanoğlu, Vidal, and the rest of the guys. Skriniar also did score a goal in giving Inter 4-0, a great win for their opening game. And also Sampdoria versus Milan, where Brahim Diaz just scored a goal in the 3rd or 8th minute or so, let me know. And it was a very stale game in Genoa, and I have to admit Milan did play very meh, a bit alright, nothing good or bad. This is meh from Pioli, but it is still a good game for both Milan sides. But I do think Inter are the better team in that campaign against Genoa. So I really think that Inter going to do it again this season with the new crop of players with Dumfries and Dzeko and Çalhanoğlu on the front line. it's a possibility for Inter, and of course Milan bought Giroud for a reason, because they lost Mandzukic in last season because his contract ran out, and only leaves Ibrahimovic and the rest of other youngsters from Milan. And having Giroud on the side is great, really great. But I think Inter are the better team with the better players, with the better manager too, because Simone Inzaghi used to manage Lazio, so it could work in their favor as long as Simone doesn't screw up. We're going to see a lot of great things from Inter in this season with Simone Inzaghi's helm as manager for the Nerazzurro. So a lot of things coming for sure for Serie A, and we're going to see a lot of games for both Milan and Inter and Juve for this one. So look forward to that one. And also, Roma just beat Fiorentina 3-1, even though I just got the Fiorentina shirt in time. So tragic. So there you have it. That is my match review for both Premier League and Serie A. If you do find this video enjoyable, please do let me know, and also smash the like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified for all the videos I'll be covering up every single week, and let me know all the matches I covered so far. Let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna talk to you soon for all the videos I'll be uploading very soon. Bye!